Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. It is another beautiful day outside today, and it's giving me all the springtime vibes. I'm loving it. My dogs are loving it too. My pups are currently outside playing, so if you hear that, they're just living their best life out there today. So anyways, today we're going to be making bacon cheeseburger empanadas. They're so good, you guys. I haven't made these in a while and I was craving them yesterday. So today, here we are. We're making some empanadas. So I've got everything set out, ready to go. I'm going to walk you through everything. It's so easy. It's a few steps, but it's easy. I don't like making really difficult things. Sometimes I do if I have the time. 9 times out of the 10, nope, we're doing easy. These are really easy. You've got just a few steps to do, but it's very simple. So yeah, I'm going to take you through all of the ingredients and we'll get started. Okay guys, so I've got everything set out as usual, ready to go. It looks like a lot of ingredients, but it's for 3 different parts of the recipe. So over here, in this bowl, I've got some flour and salt, just regular all-purpose flour and some salt. I've got some water and some butter. I'm going to use a half of a stick of butter for the empanada dough. For my cheeseburger filling, back here I've got some ground beef. If you use a more fatty beef, just drain it. I've got some salt and pepper, ketchup, mustard. I like to use the spicy brown mustard, but you can use whatever you have on hand. I've got some Worcestershire sauce here, brown sugar, garlic powder, onion powder. I've got some bacon cubed up here, a half of an onion, and some cheddar cheese. This is the white cheddar, the white Vermont cheddar, but you can use whatever cheddar cheese you have on hand, will work just fine. For my sauce, I have mayo, ketchup, vinegar, mustard, sugar, pickles, and a finely chopped onion. As far as mayo, you can use whatever brand is your favorite, same as mustard. I like to use the stone ground mustard in the sauce, but you can use whatever you have on hand. It's going to be absolutely delicious. I've got some white wine here. Some white wine vinegar, excuse me, but you can use regular plain vinegar if that's what you have. I just think this gives it a little bit of flavor, but you don't have to go out to the store and buy this if you don't want to. Just use regular plain vinegar and some ketchup. Use whatever brand is your favorite. So yeah, let's go ahead and get everything situated. We're going to start off with our dough and get that going, because this needs to chill for about an hour. 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much time you have. Then we'll move on to our sauce, get that going and marinating so all the flavors can come together. Then we'll go on to our filling and then put everything together. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So let's get going. Okay, so I've gone ahead and mixed up my flour and my salt. And I've started adding in my butter, but my camera died. So we are just going to continue to add in this butter. And you can do this by hand. You can do this with a food processor. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. I'm going to do it by hand just for the sake of dishes. So all you're going to do is just kind of smush it together with the flour until your mixture becomes crumbly. And this is certainly not hard at all. It's not a hard recipe. It's just got a few steps. But it's not hard at all. So I've got that in there and it looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my water. Now is where it gets a little bit sticky. Just keep working with it. It'll come together. And it will be like a soft Play-Doh type of consistency. Just keep working with it and it will get there. So I'm just going to continue to mix this together until it comes into a ball, and then I will meet you right back here. Okay guys, so I've been sitting here kneading this dough for about 5 minutes just to develop the gluten. All I did was mixed all of my ingredients together in my bowl, as you've seen. I added a little bit more water because my dough was just a little bit dry, so I added just a little bit more water. And I just put my dough out on my floured surface here. A little bit of flour goes a long way with this. My cabinets are very, very bad at sticking, and this is not sticking. So all you want to do after that is just knead it for about 4 to 5 minutes until it comes together in a ball. It will feel kind of like Play-Doh, and it won't be sticky, like sticking to your hands, but it will still have a tacky feeling to it. So this is what it looks like, nice and pretty. All I'm going to do now is kind of flatten it out as best as you can, because it will chill faster in the fridge if the dough is flattened out. So all I'm going to do now is wrap this in plastic wrap, and we're going to chill this. Depends really how much time you have. I'm going to chill mine, I guess, about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. In the meantime, I am going to get everything set up, ready for my sauce, because that also has to chill for a while, just so the flavors can come together. So I'm just going to wrap this up, pop this in my fridge, and then we will see this back when it's time to roll these out. I'm going to clean up just a minute, and then we'll get started on the sauce. Okay guys, so I've got a little bowl here. I've just got a bowl with a lid. Set that to the side. We're just going to go ahead and make our sauce, so that way everything can just be melding together. So I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of mayo in here. That should be good. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my ketchup and give that a shake. And you can add as much or as little as you want with ketchup and mustard. It's all about flavor. Let me give this a shake. I like to use the whole stone ground mustard. I just like the seeds in it. I think it gives it a wonderful, wonderful flavor. Now you're just going to add in your vinegar. Like I said before, you can do plain vinegar, like the distilled vinegar that you get at the store. That'll work just fine. Whatever you have on hand will work just fine. So I'm going to go add my sugar. I'm going to go ahead and give this a little mix, just to give it a little head start. It smells amazing already. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in some salt and some pepper, and then we will give it a taste and see where we're at. Give that another little mix. So I'm going to get a little spoon here. I've got a little tasting spoon over here. I'm going to get that. Give that a little taste. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is so good. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my pickle and my onion right into the bowl here. And I'm going to take out my whisk and set all of that to the side. I'm going to go ahead and add in my onion right in there. And just mix all of this together. I'm going to pop the lid on this. So we're just going to put this in the refrigerator and let it chill until we're ready to use it. And then we will move on to the filling and the dough and get that all going. Alright guys, so I've got my skillet here, and it's over medium heat and it's hot. So I'm going to cut the heat down to about medium low. I've also got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. We're going to start off by cooking our bacon, because I want to render some of that fat from the bacon. And I want to go ahead and add in my onion, just to give it a little head start. And all we're going to do with this is cook this down until the bacon is lightly golden. It doesn't have to be completely cooked through, because it's going to continue to cook when we add in the ground beef. So I'm just going to sit here and let this bacon and onion cook until the bacon is lightly golden and the onion is tender, and then I will meet you right back here and we will add the ground beef. Okay, so my bacon is almost cooked through. My onions are tender. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my ground beef. And then we're just going to break this up and cook this until it is no longer pink. It smells good already. Cannot wait until dinner time. So I am going to just go ahead and finish cooking this ground beef until it's completely cooked through. And then I will meet you right back here. Alright, so my ground beef is completely cooked through, and my bacon is crisping up nicely. So now I want to go ahead and add in all of the other ingredients. I've got some salt. Now if your ground beef produces a lot of extra fat, you can go ahead and drain that off. Or just do what I do, stick a paper towel down in there, zhuzh it around a little bit, and then pick up all of that grease. And then just toss it. It's easier for me than to break out 5 more dishes to drain off grease. So I've got my salt and pepper in there. And I'm going to add in my garlic, my onion powder, and my brown sugar. Put that all in there. I'm going to give that a toss, just to break it up a little bit. I'm going to cut my heat down to low, because I don't want anything to burn. Okay. Now I'm going to add in my Worcestershire sauce and my ketchup and my mustard. That all in there as best as I can, and kind of judge that all around. And it's going to create a nice sauce and kind of help bind everything together. I want to add a little bit of my sauce here that we made earlier. just a little bit because it's got pickles in it and it's going to be absolutely delicious. So I'm going to add, I don't know, maybe about 1/4 of a cup, if that, right in there, just for some more flavor, but you don't have to. So I've got that, and kind of just mix this all together. Okay, we've got that all nice and combined. So now, I've got about 2 cups of cheese here. All you're going to need is 1 cup, but you can add more cheese to the empanadas when you form them later if you want to make them extra cheesy. I'm just going to add in about 1 cup of cheese right into my mixture here. Okay, and now we're just going to toss this together until that cheese is nice and melted, and then we will give it a taste and see if we need to add any more salt, pepper, or mustard or anything like that. Okay, I am going to get a spoon and just give this a taste, a little bitty taste, just to make sure all of the flavors are on point. Could use a little bit more salt, and I think that will be good to go. So I'm just going to mix this in, cut the heat off, and I'm going to let this hang out while I clean up a little bit, and then we will get our dough out and roll it out, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay guys, so I've got my dough here, and I'm just going to remove it from the plastic, and I'm going to kind of shape it into like a log. Just kind of knead it, shape it into a log here. You shouldn't need any flour, but if you do, you can use it if you want to. So all you're going to do now is going to get a little knife here. You're going to weigh these out to about 45 grams. If you don't have a scale, you can just get them as even as possible. Kind of shape them into a ball, set it aside, and you're going to completely do all of these until you get all of your dough in sections. And then we will move on to rolling these bad boys out. Okay, so I'm working on the last 2 of these little dough balls. And all you want to do is just kind of press it down, knead it a minute or just a few seconds, and then kind of shape it into like a ball, and then just kind of rub it on the counter there with your hand in like a little C shape, and it will make it into a little ball, and then you can set it to the side. And this should make between 10 to 12 little dough balls, depending on the size that you want. I've got them all done, and you shouldn't need any flour for these, but if you do, certainly use it. All we're going to do now is just kind of roll these into about 6-inch like tortilla shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up. They don't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish all of these up, and then we will get ready to fill them and put them in the oven. Okay guys, so I've got all of my dough rolled out into about 6-inch circles. If you have a tortilla press, use that, because I do not, and my beautiful tortillas are, they're gorgeous. So anyways, yeah, if you have a tortilla press, go ahead and use that. If not, just roll them out. Now all you're going to do is just take your filling, and you're going to put about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of filling in your dough. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up. I'll meet you right back here in just a second. Okay, so I've got my cheese here, and I want to put just a little bit right on top, and it's going to get nice and gooey when we bake them. And that's all of the cheese. So I'm going to take some from that one and a little bit from this one and just put it on that one, so that way we'll have enough. Okay, now you can do the classic empanada shape. It's just like rolled on the edges. So all you're going to do is just take your dough and fold it over and kind of press the edges together and get out as much of the air as you can. And I know they will, like, let's see if I can do this, and they will kind of like roll it like that. Now these are not going to be pretty, but they're going to taste delicious. But if you don't want to roll them, just go ahead and crimp the edges together. So I'm going to set these on my little sheet tray here, and then I'm going to finish up the rest and get those on my tray, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay guys, so I've got all of my empanadas done. As you can tell, I'm such a professional at crimping empanadas. Not really, but they're gonna taste delicious. This poor little one back here, I don't know what happened. I don't know, but she's gonna taste good. Anyways, I'm gonna pop these in a 400-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until the top is nice and golden brown. You can spray these with a little bit of olive oil spray, or you can do an egg wash, whatever you prefer. I've just got these sprayed with a little bit of olive oil. So I'm going to get these in the oven. I'm going to cook these for about 15 to 20 minutes until they're nice and golden brown, and then I will meet you right back here and I will show you what they look like. Alright guys, so these just come out of the oven. They are nice and piping hot, nice and golden brown. The cheese in the center is nice and melted, and the outside is nice and cooked through, looking fabulous. So I'm going to let these hang out here for a minute or two, and then I'm going to transfer these to a wider rack to cool just a little bit longer, and then I'll show you what they look like. Okay guys, so I've just got my empanadas right there plated up, ready to go for dinner. I'm going to break open this beautiful mess right here and show you what it looks like on the center. It is still quite hot. Get you in frame there. And that is what it looks like on the inside. Nice and golden brown. The cheese is all melted and nice and gooey. So yeah, we are going to go enjoy some delicious empanadas. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us support my channel. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave. If you are new, hit that little red subscribe button down below and be part of the family here at the Southern Rustic. I'd love to have you. And as always, you can get this recipe as well as any of my other recipes on my blog. I always have it linked down in the description box below, and it's always pinned in the comment section, so you just click that link and it'll take you right to my website and you can search up whatever recipe you so desire. So I think it's time for us to go dig into some of these delicious bacon cheeseburger empanadas, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.